All right, so let's unpack best practices for improving your skincare marketing, and let's talk about why each one of them is important. The first one is niching down, and so we've talked about how clean skincare is a trend. There's actually a trend, and that could be a great niche. There's a niche. Most skincare goes anti-aging, right? And there's actually a brand called Boom by Cindy Joseph that is run by a friend of mine that is actually a pro-age skincare line. And think about that. It's actually elevating the aging process. It's showing the beauty in that. And they create skincare for that thing. We've talked about, the moisturizer, working hands. A lot of people might think of moisturizer for, a certain type of audience, maybe a middle-aged female audience. But if you talk about moisturizer for people that work with their hands, maybe you're talking about an older male demographic. Who knows? The point here is niche down on both the product and your brand. That is one way to cut through. And so that's the first one. The second one is specialize. And so kind of like niching down, you want to specialize. You don't want to go broad. You want to go specific. And that may mean that certain areas that you look at with regard to how you position your product. It reduces competition, and it strategically, you don't want to pit your brand against the rest of the giant behemoths out there. Even if you are one of those big brands, you want to specialize down. And specializing is similar to niching down, but this is more having to do with how you position that product and your brand. Are you a millennial brand? Are you for more of a boomer brand? Are you a very buttoned up, clean looking brand? Are you a more rugged brand? So specialize in regards to your brand, and specialize allows you to position yourself and cut through some of that noise as well, so that you're not directly competing with all the other skincare brands out there. The third one is an important one for any brand. It's knowing your customer avatar. And we've talked about the value of your e-commerce customer avatar, and we'll link to that. But really, you need to build that. If you don't know that, you need to make sure that you fill it out and that all your marketing is actually going towards the right avatars, and you know who you're talking to. Are you serving women who need makeup? Are you serving teens who have acne? Are you serving men who need certain things for their hands? Those might be generic, but you need to get even more specific than that, right? Know exactly who your customer avatars are. Typically, you'd have 4 to 5, no more than 10 if you're a really big brand, but most brands are in the 4 to 5 range. And know who those people are, and then you'll know how to talk to them. All right, number 4 is brand. Now you have to build your brand and build a great story around your brand. Make sure that your brand is sound. It's the foundation for everything you do, right? And so we talk about the value of story quite a bit. Your brand has to tell a story, and people buy your brand. They don't buy your product. And so you need to make sure that you're investing in that brand, because really it's the only moat, it's the only competitive advantage that you actually have as you grow in your business. And in a competitive market, that's really, really important. Number 5 is your product. Now, this is true in every single industry, but especially in skincare. Your product has to work really, really well. Otherwise, it's a fast path to the end. And when it comes to skincare, people are willing to spend a lot of money, just like they are in weight loss and some of these other places, but they need to get results. And if results don't come, it's a really, really quick way to destroy your business. And so make sure you have a great product, and that you can communicate all the features, benefits, and results of that product as well. Number 6, reviews. Now, reviews are important in any and every e-commerce journey, but in the skincare market, kind of like the weight loss market, there's a lot of snake oil out there. There's a lot of stuff that people say works and it doesn't work. And so generally speaking, people believe other people's opinion of you more than they believe your opinion of you. And that's even more true in the skincare market because people spend a lot. They're looking for a solution that works. And they want to feel the confidence in doing that from other people. And so make sure you're gathering reviews and they're actual reviews. Make sure that you definitely have the blocking and tackling of the stars on, review stars and all that kind of stuff on your product listing pages and other pages as well. We talk about all the ways to do that in other videos and other articles. So make sure you're doing those things, but also go a step further. I would encourage you to incentivize getting video reviews, specifically in your post-purchase email sequence. Make sure, the more you're getting those video reviews, the more you can use those on things like ads and other places on your site. And those will go a long way. Now, if you don't know what your post-purchase email sequence is or how to create one, we've got a lot of information around how to do that in our Ultimate Email Guide, which you can find in our store, or in other articles as well, which we'll link to. But the point is make sure you're grabbing those reviews and get video reviews, user testimonials along the way as well. Number 7 is image. And this is not just product image, but we're in the skincare market, right? We're talking about somebody's self-image, and that means your brand image, your product image, everything that you show visually needs to reflect that. And so when we talk about product images, we've actually discussed how to do that and the importance of them in other places, which we can link to. But it's very, very important here. The image you're selling is what the customer is buying. So you need to have great imagery. That means great photography, both of the people, right? Because we're selling that result, so we need people images, as well as the product. But the product is not nearly as important as the images of the people using your product and the results. And it doesn't end with images. As I just mentioned, we're talking about our entire brand image. And so your brand and your marketing and your website, all of that design has to align with the image that you're creating for your business. And it needs to look and feel great, even more so than if you were in other markets. It's so much more important in the skincare market. Number 8, go contrarian. And so this is a strategy I often like to use in any marketplace, right? When everybody's running one direction, consider running the other direction. Is there an opportunity in being contrarian and going to where nobody's running so that you're not running with the masses? And for example, in the skincare market, everybody's talking anti-aging. And so what I love about the brand Boom is they actually go with that pro-age message. And so their goal is to not avoid aging, to not necessarily slow it down, but to embrace it and accentuate the beauty of age. And I mean, that's what a great message. So it's so smart in so many different ways because it's a futile effort to try and not age. And people are trying to find that, but when you can actually shift their mindset to actually embracing it and loving it and that positive message attached to it, it has so many benefits because the truth is there is no fountain of youth. So that's just one example, but what is a contrarian direction, where everybody's going one way, where you can potentially flip it and make that a benefit and go another way? That would be a massive win if you can find those. And then lastly, leverage your local, leverage affiliates, influencers, and local professionals. Skincare is one of those products that if you have great skin or you have a problem that you found a product that solved that problem for you, and you typically you're in a community of people where people might ask you about that, and other people that have that same problem will certainly be looking to people that solved it for what they did. And so as you're able to leverage that influence, make sure you have an influencer program, and and use that, right? That's a key marketing strategy in most industries, especially in skincare. The affiliate model works really well here. So allow people to sign up as affiliates, because as you create fans, they're going to want to tell other people about the solution they found, and allow them to do that and get paid for that. And that'll benefit you tremendously. And then in certain areas of skincare, there might be a professional model that you can implement, meaning doctors and skincare professionals and those kind of people where there's potentially a relationship there, maybe even a commission model that you can implement as well, to benefit your products. And so if you're a skincare brand and you want help growing your business, reach out to us and we'd love to help you. Thanks.